For millions of years, our early ancestors navigated the world on autopilot, existing through the silent guidance of instincts. Then, the human brain underwent a massive physical expansion. The sheer number of neurons hit a critical mass, igniting the sudden spark of self-directed consciousness. Waking up was a massive shock. Suddenly endowed with free will, early humans realized they were active players in a vast, unfolding drama. To avoid the crushing dread of a completely pointless existence, we began weaving sacred myths to give our daily survival a comforting purpose. Centuries later, the progress of modern science dismantled those early comforting stories by establishing a rigid physical constant, the second law of thermodynamics. To see exactly how this law operates, watch this animation of a single drop of ink placed into a glass of water. Within minutes, that localized drop diffuses outward into a scattered, random cloud. You could wait an eternity, and those tiny particles will never spontaneously gather back into a perfect drop. This inherent drive toward randomness is known as entropy. Because entropy is a strictly one-way street, physicists drew a grim conclusion. If the universe lasts long enough, its ultimate fate is a silent, completely chaotic heat death. Under that strict physical law, human existence feels entirely pointless. The daily struggle to build and survive carries no weight if the entire cosmos is actively marching toward absolute ruin. Yet, as physicists continued to measure the cosmos, they noticed a massive, undeniable exception to the rule of endless decay: biological life. The universe did not remain a chaotic soup of free quarks after the Big Bang. Over billions of years, it systematically organized matter, fusing simple hydrogen into galaxies, stars, and the precise carbon chains required to sustain biology. That organization escalated dramatically here on Earth. Life climbed steadily upward, from simple single-celled bacteria to towering sequoias, to the hyperdense, complex structure of the human brain. This creates a glaring physical paradox. If the universe started in total randomness and chaos, and is destined to end in total randomness and chaos, there is no obvious reason for it to pause in the middle to construct such highly ordered life forms. Human consciousness is a massive structural anomaly. The universe's beginning and end cannot be identical without a concrete explanation for what happens in between. What science missed was the cosmic equation's other half. Instead of matter diffusing, raw particles snap together to form an organized grid, representing neg entropy, or synergy. Synergy is the universal tendency toward order, structure, and complexity, the exact opposite of entropy. This gives intelligent life a highly specific function. We are the ultimate complexity-producing machine. Our physical purpose is to act as a cosmic balancer, perfectly matching the universe's naturally occurring entropy with our generated synergy. Our ancestors began this specific task thousands of years ago. They picked up raw, unformed stones and systematically processed them into highly organized, functional shapes. Today, we execute that exact same process on an exponentially larger scale. We extract elements from the Earth and engineer them into intricate systems like the computer, rapidly accelerating the rate at which we impose order onto chaotic matter. Every tool we build and every system we organize adds a layer of synergy to the cosmos. Through this lens, humanity functions as a physical mechanism designed to systematically reverse the tide of entropy. This physical relationship between order and chaos provides a specific logic for defining right and wrong. Good can be defined in strict physical terms. An action is good if it creates synergy, organization, and complexity. Conversely, bad or evil behavior is anything that accelerates entropy. It is the direct promotion of disorder, destruction, and chaos. When confronted with treacherous, difficult decisions, you do not need mythical wisdom to find the answer. If you calculate which path produces the least entropy and the most synergy, you align your choices with the primary architecture of the cosmos. Producing physical order is only a fraction of our true role. Physicist Dr. John D. Barrow pointed out that the fixed constants of nature, like the mass of basic particles and the strength of fundamental forces, are staggeringly precise. This leads to the strong anthropic principle. The initial conditions of the cosmos were so perfectly tuned that the universe must give rise to observers at some stage in its history. This directly aligns with the most difficult fact of quantum mechanics. At the subatomic level, a quantum event remains nothing more than a hazy wave of probabilities until the exact moment someone actually observes it. As physicist Niels Bohr pointed out, if there is no one there to look at the universe, it simply is not there. The cosmos did not accidentally produce human consciousness. It absolutely requires a conscious mind to observe it, simply to manifest itself into physical reality. The observer effect suggests that time operates as a two-way street. While we experience it moving forward, our perception also reaches backward, manifesting the physical universe so it can finally catch up with its own history. It creates a perfectly symmetrical loop. Life is entirely made of star stuff, but those stars are simultaneously made real by our observation. Because of these incredibly rigid constants of nature, we face a lonely but glorious probability. Humanity might be the very first, or even the only, conscious life tasked with this job in the entire cosmos. You are not a temporary biological accident adrift in a dying void. You are the universe itself, finally waking up to witness its own existence. And your sacred duty is to look at the chaos and create order.